Now, Good Morning Northwest breaking news. Israel strikes Iran in a major overnight attack. The country now under a state of emergency. Was the United States involved?
And we've got some cloudiness in our sky this morning, where we'll see a sprinkle today and what you can plan for this weekend.
With the aftermath of the protests that turned chaotic still raw, Spokane is bracing for a potentially volatile weekend. What's in store, the threat, and how the city is preparing. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, June 13th. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here with our first alert forecast. Hey, did I hear you yawn just now?
What? I don't know what
Matt's
you're
ready for the
talking
weekend.
about. I have no idea what you're talking about, and the coffee is definitely not wearing off early this morning. Spokane right now, we're seeing some blue skies trying to work their way into the region after a bit of a cloudy start this morning. And that is because there is a little disturbance pushing through right now. That has led to a little bit of rain as we head south of the city. Good thing is, one of the partial side effects of this is that things have gotten a little bit calmer with those fires that blew up south of us as we went into Wednesday night into Thursday. So good air quality, not just in Spokane, but across the inland Northwest. Great to see after it was smelly and smoky yesterday. With this little area of disturbed weather has also come some showers this morning. So let's zoom in. Let's show you here some sprinkles around Lewiston and Clarkston. Into the Troy area, we're seeing some more notable rainfall. So you may see some heavier rain just for a few minutes. And then in Moscow, likely this shower going to miss Pullman, but likely to track right into the Moscow area. We'll keep an eye on that one for you as we head through this 6 a.m. hour. We'll show you where the showers are headed next and what you could expect for Father's Day weekend coming up.
We are following breaking news out of the Middle East. Overnight, Israel launched a major strike on Iran, and just hours later, Iran hit back. This morning, Iran launched about 100 drones towards Israel, which is a clear sign that things are heating up pretty fast. At this point, Israel is under a state of emergency, and right now, hospitals are moving patients to underground facilities, and schools, businesses, and airports have shut down. Israel is calling the strike Operation Rising Lion. Meanwhile, Israeli officials say the strikes killed some of their top scientists and military leaders.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival.
While this was a major attack, the U.S. says it was not involved, and President Trump is trying to get both countries to make a deal to prevent more violence from happening. We'll continue following this story and update you when we have more information. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Again, this is Spokane Police Department. Lawful order to disperse has been given multiple times. You need to disperse now. This is an unlawful assembly. If you continue to stay, you will be arrested. Force will be used against your including chemical condition.
Those were the sounds many heard while at the protest outside the ICE office near downtown Spokane Wednesday night. The protest began around 2 in the afternoon and was organized by former Spokane City Council President Ben Stuckert.
The goal was to stop a van from leaving the ICE office. That van was there to transport people to an immigration detention facility in Tacoma. That included Cesar Alexander Alvarez Perez, a 21-year-old Venezuelan man seeking asylum. Stuckert and other protesters sat in front of that van so it couldn't leave. But later on, the protest took a turn.
Yeah, police issued the order for the crowd to disperse and then began arresting people who broke the law. Police Chief Kevin Hall said SPD did not use any tear gas or rubber bullets, but they did use pepper balls and inert smoke to try to break up the crowd. Some protesters didn't see a difference.
This is democracy in America. Democracy in America, where peaceful protesters are gassed.
More than 30 protesters, including Ben Stuckert, were arrested. We talked with Stuckert about how the protest unfolded.
The whole situation should have been started from when the police showed up with their de-escalation team. And I'm severely disappointed from my conversations with the chief and the mayor that the de-escalation they promised did not happen.
While Stuckert says he is grateful for the community's support, he is sad that Alvarez Perez was taken away by ICE.
Again, the Spokane Police Department and the Spokane County Sheriff's Office both said they did not use tear gas or rubber bullets against protesters. Sheriff John Knowles said foam batons were only used after select protesters began throwing smoke canisters at deputies. Mayor Lisa Brown explained that she made the decision to involve SPD when some protesters violated public safety and Washington law. But one protester who got caught in the crossfire believes this could have been avoided.
The problem could have been de-escalated in countless different ways before this happened, but they chose aggression. That's as simple as that.
Harris Kaler says he was hit with a smoke canister during the chaos. Chief Hall insists the increased police response was a reaction to criminal behavior that was seen at the protests.
Several lawmakers from the city and state level released statements regarding the protests. Spokane County Commissioner Josh Kern saying the unrest we have seen in the city of Spokane is unacceptable. I strongly support every American's First Amendment right to speak freely and protest peacefully. But that right does not include violence, obstruction of law enforcement, destruction of property, or putting others at risk. Washington State Senator Patty Murray also commenting on the protest, saying, I stand with the citizens of Spokane who are peacefully speaking out against these egregious abuses of our immigration laws and those who are mounting challenges in the courts. I will always support people exercising the First Amendment right to peaceful protest, and I urge anyone taking part in protest activities to remain calm and never resort to violence, which only plays into the Trump administration's hands. You can read these full statements right now on KXLY.com. And this morning, Spokane's bracing for more potential unrest with protests planned alongside tomorrow's Pride Parade.
Pride Parade organizers say safety is their top priority. Tens of thousands of people are planning to gather for the Pride events in downtown Spokane this weekend. This comes as several other protests are scheduled to take place in downtown as well. Spokane Pride says it has safety plans in place to make sure everyone can enjoy the event.
Our volunteers all get a small amount of safety training as well. All of the stages have direct lines of communication to the command center and back and forth, so if there's any sort of emergency announcements that we need to make, they're immediately sent to the stages.
The Peace and Justice Action League will also be at Pride helping with de-escalation. The Spokane Police Department will have a presence there as well, as it does every year.
Your time is now 6:07.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray, heading into a pretty pleasant weekend.
Yeah, heading into a pretty pleasant weekend, so not too concerned when it comes to local events about the weather. It is a bit of a different vibe, though, this morning, just because it's a little cloudy out there. There are some showers. We'll help you plan out Friday and how things will improve or perhaps not. Coming up.
A nail-biting vote in the House as two Republicans flipped their positions in the final moments. The result? Massive cuts to humanitarian aid and public broadcasting. We have the details ahead.
And one passenger miraculously survives when a 787 Dreamliner crashes in India, killing 290 others. Up next, the British national that beat the incredible odds.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Country Financial has been helping protect lives and livelihoods since 1925. Here with advice on better managing risk is a Country Financial representative.
Safety is very important when operating a farm, and here are some tips for staying safe. First, we should maintain farm equipment to prevent breakdowns or accidents. Proper maintenance can prevent problems before they begin. Second, when using chemicals, be sure to handle and store them responsibly to avoid injury. Third, when you are on public roads, use flashing lights to alert other drivers. Other drivers should watch out for slower moving farm equipment on roads during planting and harvesting seasons as well. Next, stay connected with family and employees so they know when and where you're working. And finally, be sure to get plenty of rest even during the busiest of times. We thank you farmers for bringing food to our table.
For more information, visit countryfinancial.com.
4 News Now, breaking news coverage.
2 different protests that combine into one.
Local stories that impact you.
There was some sort of gas deployed.
What can you tell us from your vantage point?
We did hear a loud bang, and then a lot of protesters began to run.
Staying with the story until the danger is past.
A state of emergency with a curfew will now be going into effect in about 18 minutes from now.
4 News Now, over the air, online, and streaming on KXLY+.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
Don't miss the new season of Collector's Call on MeTV.
There's something that shouts, "This is my childhood and I'm hanging on to it."
A new season of Collector's Call, Sunday at 6:30 on MeTV. Over the air on KXLY 4.2.
It is 10 minutes after 6. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the site of the 787 Dreamliner crash in Ahmedabad today.
At least 290 people died when that plane bound for London crashed into a residential area shortly after takeoff. 242 people were on board that plane. Miraculously, one passenger, who you see here, a British national, survived. At least one video captured the moment the aircraft suddenly began to descend before crashing into a plume of fire and smoke. India's Prime Minister says the crash has stunned and saddened the country. Boeing issuing a statement in the wake of the crash saying it is in contact with Air India and stands ready to support them.
The GOP-led House narrowly passed federal spending cuts sought by the Department of Government Efficiency. 2 representatives changed their minds at the last minute to secure its passage. The legislation would cut $8.3 billion for U.S. aid humanitarian programs and $1.1 billion for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Full congressional approval would make the DOGE cuts permanent.
10-second takeaway today in your weather. Pleasant, but still a little bit warmer than average. Although some people, I'm sure you're going to like that. At least it's not in the 90s like it was at the beginning of this week. We'll continue to see an isolated shower or 2. We'll be watching for wildfire smoke.
And it is Smoke Ready Week. The Washington Department of Health and the Spokane Clean Air Agency are spreading tips and information on how smoke can affect your health. According to the Department of Health, smoke can cause irritation of the throat, eyes, and nose. It can also cause headaches and shortness of breath. So if the air quality index rises, it's recommended you limit your time outside. When you're inside, make sure you breathe clean air by keeping your windows closed and using an air filtration system. And if you can't avoid going outside while there is smoke in the air, you can wear a mask to help filter out the fine particles found in the smoke. And on the topic of smoke, many counties in Washington will be under burn restrictions starting today.
This is due to the warm and dry weather that we've been seeing lately. Some of impacted counties included Spokane, Stevens, Grant, Pend Oreille, and Okanagan. Now, during these burn restrictions, the following things are prohibited: smoking outside of designated locations, using a fire, campfire, or a stove fire, operating a motorized off-road vehicle, and fireworks are prohibited as well.
Good morning, Northwest. Time's now 6:13.
Breaking this morning, a federal judge rules President Trump's deployment of the National Guard in Los Angeles is illegal, but an appeals court puts that ruling on hold. The constitutional battle that has California and the White House on a collision course.
And we take a live look this morning at that very fun / joking road construction underway on Argonne. Definitely plan some extra time if that is part of your commute. We'll be back with much more Good Morning Northwest right after this.
It's time to celebrate all dads and grads. This week at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and on 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene.
And that means some of the best deals of the year on fun new rides for summer. Plus delayed payments until September 1st and an extra $500 trade-in value for your old ride. Plus, everyone can enter for a chance to win a Traeger grill at each location.
This is one sale you can't afford to miss. This week at both Cal locations.
Lemonade, 50 cents. Time in the sun, 4 hours. Profit, $4.75. Why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
Put some pep into it. This lemonade isn't going to sell itself.
The
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, returns to Pend Oreille County June 14th and 15th. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and food vendors from across the region, this event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Get your tickets to hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings and fieldwork both Saturday and Sunday. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Looks like we made it. Barry Manilow. The last Spokane concert. Barry Manilow. See him performing all the hits for one night only at Spokane Arena Friday, July 11th. Get tickets now at ticketswest.com.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve. Don't let big insurance get ahead of you.
Our team acts quickly to handle everything for you.
After my recent accident, I knew I needed help, so I called Craig Swap & Associates. They really fought for me and treated me fairly every step of the way.
Don't wait. Call Craig Swap & Associates today and let us handle it for you. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Are you in need of an update? Panhandle Carpet One is more than just flooring. We've launched our brand new Cabinet Design Center and remodel showroom. From custom cabinetry and stunning flooring options, our experts bring your dream space to life. Hardwood, luxury vinyl, carpet, laminate, tile, window treatments, and cabinets. Panhandle Carpet One Floor and Home. Now your destination for floors, cabinets, and complete home style. Visit us on West Appleway or start designing at panhandlecarpet1coeur d'Alene.com.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Your time is now 6:16. Today, a new court ruling on whether President Trump broke the law by deploying the National Guard in Los Angeles.
Trump's response to immigration protests in the city has sparked more protests around the country, including here in Spokane, and put him in direct opposition with the governor of California. ABC's Perry Russum has the latest.
This morning, the legal back and forth over President Trump's use of the National Guard to enforce immigration raids is escalating. A federal judge last night ordering Trump to return control of the National Guard to California's governor, ruling the deployment to Los Angeles was illegal and violated the 10th Amendment.
We both push back against these authoritarian tendencies of a president that has pushed the boundaries, pushed the limit, but no longer can push this state around.
The judge's ruling was set to take effect today, but overnight, an appeals court putting that order on hold and scheduling a hearing on the issue for next Tuesday. 2 of the 3 judges on the appellate court were nominated by Trump. The legal challenge, whether the deployment was justified under Title 10, which allows the president to take control of the National Guard to suppress rebellion or enforce federal law. Last night, an unlawful assembly declared once again in downtown L.A. Protesters gathering near the federal building for a 7th day, demonstrating against the Trump administration's immigration raids and military deployments in the city. Meanwhile, this dramatic scene in Los Angeles, California Senator Alex Padilla forcibly removed during a news conference. The clash erupting moments after Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem vowed to, quote, liberate the city from what she called socialist leadership. As Padilla tried to question Noem, a Secret Service agent grabbed him by the jacket and dragged him out. A scuffle with officers ending with the senator on his knees, surrounded and briefly in handcuffs.
If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers.
The Department of Homeland Security defending the agents, saying they believed Padilla, who did not immediately identify himself, posed a threat. He did identify himself seconds later.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the Secretary.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Here is a live look this morning at a little bit of a construction headache that I'm sure is causing a lot of people frustrations this week.
This is right in Millwood, where they are doing a widening project, and it'll last throughout the summer. It's going to be a long summer there.
Yeah. Take it slow if you're heading through.
For sure. And as we're starting this morning, You're talking about a little bit of rain popping up.
A little bit of rain. I know. It probably sounds more exciting than what the end result will be, which will be maybe you get a couple hundredths of an inch. I mean, it's better than nothing, but...
It is better than nothing.
You know, it's not... I could be visiting Spokane either, for those of you watching from Spokane or Coeur d'Alene. Now, on the Palouse, where we have seen at least a couple of sprinkles at times throughout this week, we are getting a little bit more. And you can see some areas now showing up in this yellow color, signifying some heavier rain right over the Colton area on the Washington side. We're seeing some heavier rain in Troy as well. The way things have been tracking here now, it does look like we may get a sprinkle in Moscow, but that is the heavier stuff is going to stay south of both Pullman and Moscow here, and instead track out towards the Troy area this morning. So even if you do get a little bit of rain at your house, it is very hit or miss. Let's look at our simulated radar as we head through the morning. All of that wet weather going to move off into the mountains, generally to the east of St. Mary's. Wouldn't shock me at all if we did get a sprinkle maybe around the Kellogg area or around Lookout Pass. As we head into the afternoon, we're quiet temporarily around the central Idaho Panhandle, and we start to look again, because we did hear a few rumbles of thunder last night in Okanagan County. We're likely going to see that again as these showers build along the mountains and eventually become thunderstorms with isolated lightning strikes. You can see that developing there through about 6 o'clock. We'll have another around here of wet weather that tries to move up into the LC Valley region, with the potential for some lightning, since it will be hotter during the afternoon and the early evening as we head through that evening time frame. So once again, everybody who is seeing a little bit of sprinkly weather this morning, you'll likely see some again as we head into the evening, and those pop-up showers we've been seeing almost every day around the U.S.-Canada border will continue. And that will be the pattern here through the weekend as well. The occasional shower shows up, but any meaningful rainfall, in other words, where we're talking about, maybe 1/10 of an inch or more, which would be what we call a wetting rain, that looks highly unlikely, except for some very isolated areas. Here is your extended forecast. Pretty nice weather for your Father's Day weekend, so get outside, enjoy these cooler temperatures while we still have them. We will warm up a little bit on Monday and then stabilize next week in the 70s. So, you know, those hot days of summer, as we saw earlier this week, they may just be right around the corner. So let's enjoy the cooler conditions while we got them.
Absolutely. Get outside.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, Northwest time right now, 6:22.
The Indiana Pacers look to keep the momentum rolling heading into Game 4 tonight. Next in Morning Sports, hear from Indiana Pacer and former Zag Andrew Nembhard on his team's mentality going into tonight's big game.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This week, if you're looking for a new Tundra or Tacoma truck, Finley Toyota is giving everyone a $1,000 gas card or $1,000 worth of accessories with every truck sold.
Finley Toyota's downtown.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Global Credit Union serves the men and women of our armed forces stationed around the world. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Friday.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces.
Tell them and their families thank you for their service and for protecting our future. Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
Conquer the road in the 2025 Atlas. Get 3.9% APR or $1,000 customer bonus. Go big. Go Atlas.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
There's magic throughout the universe. And some places have more than others. There's magic inside, everywhere. There's no place like Wonders of the World. There's magic inside.
Mamma Mia, the original record-breaking Broadway production returns. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. And after a thrilling Game 3 of the NBA Finals, the Indiana Pacers lead the Oklahoma City Thunder 2-1. And with Game 4 in Indianapolis tonight, the series could get out of hand pretty quickly. Pacers refusing to back down after a solid Thunder start. Former Zag Chet Holmgren ended up with 13 points, 4 rebounds, shooting nearly perfectly from the field. But as this game progressed, Chet and Thunder faltered in the second and fourth quarters, allowing Indy to take their first halftime lead of the series and their first win without needing a last-second shot. Other former Zag Andrew Nembhard spoke to the media coming off that win and how Indiana can keep it up in a huge Game 4.
Each game in the playoffs is important. You know, we're coming in with the same mentality to play hard and stay together. The amount of time we've been together, you know, we've built that trust, and we've been in a lot of situations where we've had to rely on each other down the stretch to make a game happen.
Oklahoma City and Indiana tipping off for that Game 4 in Indy tonight at 5:30 p.m. right here on ABC. Now, we're going to be back tonight at 4 p.m. and then right after the game, both on special editions of 4 News Now.
Good morning, Northwest time is 6:26.
It's going to be a busy weekend in downtown Spokane. Between pride and protests, traffic could change quickly. Hannah Joy is tracking how the city is already preparing and what you need to know if you're headed out. That's next.
Plus, a downtown Spokane zip line is a step closer to reality. The park board gives its approval, but there is still one more hurdle to clear. Details when we come back. And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, on alert for sharks.
American Service SAP.
Okay, hang on just a second. I'm sorry, there's what?
A shark.
New body camera footage showing the moment officers arrived on the scene to treat 9-year-old Leah Lindell after she was bit by a shark while snorkeling in the waters off of Boca Grande, Florida on Wednesday. Her mother, Nadia, distraught while talking to police.
And I just started screaming. I started screaming to my husband to hurry up and get out because I had so many babies.
Right.
And I don't know who to grab.
Good Samaritans immediately jumping in to help, telling the officers what they saw.
Yeah. So he blinked, take him out of the water. It was like 4 or 5 kids, so we got to bring everybody out of the water.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have what you need to know to have a safe weekend at the beach. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500s come with $5,500 off MSRP or 3.95% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community, rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
The Blue Compass RV All-American Summer Road Trip is on, with new RVs starting at just $97 a month. Plus, they all come with a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. Big country, big adventure, big savings, only at Blue Compass RV.
With USPS Ground Advantage, it's like you're with us every step of the way.
Right on time.
Stay in the know from your dock to their door.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $14,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker following breaking news this morning. Israeli strikes against Iran are ongoing, targeting several cities across the nation. According to Iranian state television, the Natanz nuclear site was struck in a missile attack. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Operation Rising Lion struck what he called the heart of Iran's ballistic missiles program. 6 nuclear scientists were killed, along with several prominent Iranian military figures.
At least 5 people are dead and 2 others are missing in flash flooding in San Antonio. The flooding sweeping away 15 vehicles. The heavy rains are the worst in this area in more than a decade. Fire crews have responded to at least 70 water rescues citywide.
Wow. Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And Natalie Grant. Today is Friday, June 13th. Friday the 13th. Any superstitious people out there? No salt over shoulders, ladders, all that jazz.
Black cats.
Yeah. Stay away.
Hey, don't talk about my cat like that.
Oh, is that unlucky?
I used to have a black cat.
Okay, well, there you go.
His name was Joey.
You got permission. You got permission. We've got permission. Okay. I got to get back on task because the coffee's wearing off and I'm all over the place today. So our radar picture this morning, we do have some rain out there. It's wonderful to see. Wish we could get some more, but this is going to be light to moderate rain. If you pick up a few hundredths of an inch around the Palouse, you know what? You're doing pretty good compared to almost everybody else across our region. Over the past few weeks, so a couple of sprinkles around Lapway towards the Julietta area they're headed. And then you look over to the east side of Moscow. We're starting to see a little bit of rain. Hopefully we can get a few more sprinkles in the Moscow area before this shower moves on. Other wet weather north of Troy now, so that's going to head up. Highway 3, Highway 6 area. Your forecast for Spokane is considerably drier. We're kind of on the edge of that bank of clouds, producing some of that rain in mostly north central Idaho. So our winds continue to be on the slightly elevated range, southwest 10 miles an hour. So temperatures will be in the 60s as you head through your middle to late morning, and we'll see more and more sunshine. Well, will that sun last through your Father's Day weekend? We're planning it out for you coming up.
This morning, Spokane police are searching for these 2 teenagers missing since early yesterday morning. 15-year-old Gage and 16-year-old Caleb were last seen in the early morning hours of June 12th near Fisk Street and 33rd Avenue. Caleb is 5'8", 140 pounds with blonde hair and brown eyes. Gage is 5'6", 125 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. SPD says Caleb is also, he operates at a diminished capacity. Gage, who you see on the left, may still be wearing the Cheez-It shirt seen in that attached video, or photo rather. It's not known what Caleb is wearing. If you know anything about where they are, call Crime Check 509-456-2233.
News from the Breaking Now desk. If you're planning to be downtown this weekend, you should know it's going to be busy with a lot going on. We're talking big crowds and a vibe that could shift at any moment. Between Pride events, ongoing protests against ICE, and the No King's Day protest demonstration against President Trump's birthday military parade in D.C. tomorrow, there's a lot of energy in the air. Take a look. This is the planned route for the Pride parade downtown. Police are already giving us a heads up that some streets might get blocked off. And we also know that traffic might change with little to no warning. So if you live, work, or plan to be downtown, it's smart to have a backup plan. You may remember the protests following the death of George Floyd from 5 years ago, which led to violent clashes between protesters and police in downtown Spokane. While some fear a repeat of 2020, most people we spoke to don't expect it to reach that level. There's still emotion, there's still energy, and safety is still a top priority. Now with Pride events bringing big crowds crowds to Riverfront Park. Protesters still calling out ICE and the No Kings Day protest this year, too. Police say they are keeping an eye on everything. So bottom line, if you're heading downtown, expect delays, have a backup route, and stay alert. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. And with all the protests recently, many are wondering what business owners are doing about it.
And we spoke to the owner of Petunia and Loomis, who's encouraging people to protest, but is not concerned about potential damage to his business.
I think a lot of instances where people smashed out windows and stuff in 2020, a lot of that too was also people that weren't even involved in the situations. They were just looking for an opportunity to cause trouble.
Jesse McCauley says he is encouraging people to make their voices heard and says basic human rights are being violated in these ICE raids.
Law enforcement in Kootenai County plans to have a large presence at the No Kings protest in Coeur d'Alene in case of any violence this Saturday. Coeur d'Alene police plan to work with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office and the Idaho State Police to keep the protests peaceful. The Indivisible Project will host the No Kings protest on Highway 95 near Appleway Avenue.
We want to take the steps that are necessary to protect everybody's rights, both to exercise their First Amendment rights and protest peacefully, and then also to keep everybody safe for the events that we have. And so those are things that are important to us.
In a statement, Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris said any acts of violence or property damage will result in a swift and lawful response.
We have a scam alert for people in Nez Perce County. The sheriff's office there wants people to be on alert for someone calling in claiming to be a deputy from Whitman County. Deputies say this person will claim to be Deputy Dan Brown and say you missed a court date and need to pay $2,000 over the phone or you'll be picked up on a warrant. The sheriff's office wants you to know it will never call to advise of warrants or request payment over the phone.
Spokane is one step closer to getting a zip line downtown. The city's park board unanimously approving a plan that zip line would be built along the Spokane River. It will take the riders from the Place of Truth Plaza just below the Spokane City Hall under the Monroe Street Bridge and onto a platform in Peaceful Valley on the east side of the Red Band Park. The plan now heads to the City Council for consideration. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:37.
We have already discussed this. You would try it. I would try it. Matt says no way, Jose.
No.
Not
Absolutely not. Heights? No.
Okay.
No. I need to stand on a solid object, a solid non-man-made object, like a rock. A nice, safe rock.
Okay.
No zip lines. Your forecast is coming up.
Oh, boy. Still to come on Good Morning Northwest, good paying careers are waiting in Spokane's booming biomanufacturing industry. A new partnership guarantees students job interviews. We'll show you how to get in on.
Plus, planning a family getaway this summer? Well, doctors say 3 common viruses could ruin your vacation. We'll tell you how to protect your loved ones when we come back.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Whether you're hauling your boat to the lake or a team full of soccer players,
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Nobody beats perfection.
Wildfire season is here and we may be affected by smoke. Protect your health by being prepared. 1. Check current air quality and fire activity online and plan accordingly. 2. When it's smoky, limit or avoid time outdoors. And 3. Keep indoor air as clean as possible. Replace home air filters more often and set the air conditioner to the recirculate mode. For the latest information about wildfires and air quality, visit the Washington Smoke blog, wasmoke.blogspot.com.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
Triple play! Triple play!
Wow! Rob even makes 2-pointers look cool!
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Triple play!
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Whether you're going on a long trip or just your daily commute,
Perfection Tires certified techs are your trusted resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs and routine maintenance.
Nobody beats perfection.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:40. In news for your health, summer is about a week away now, and if you're planning on traveling with your family, health officials are urging everyone to practice protection against viruses. These types of viruses can include measles, norovirus, or COVID-19. According to the CDC, the best protection against measles is getting vaccinated. For norovirus, good hygiene for your hands can protect you from getting sick. And for COVID-19, it's recommended to get a booster shot.
If you are somebody who's 65 and older or have a medical condition that puts you at greater risk for severe COVID, and you're going to be in crowded situations, especially indoors, then you should seriously consider getting a COVID booster if you haven't already done so.
Dr. Daniel Kazurkis also says that if you're traveling internationally, it's important to be aware of insect-borne illnesses and protect your skin from any mosquito bites.
Take away today in your forecast. Pleasant weather for the most part for the next 3 days. Still a little above our average for warmth, but not nearly the level that we saw earlier this week.
Spokane continues to grow as a biomanufacturing hub with more than 70 life science companies calling the city home. And now Jubilant Hollister Steer is partnering with Spokane Community College to train workers for high-demand jobs in the field. A new Introduction to Biomanufacturing program launched this semester and guarantees students an internship interview with the company.
And we're not looking to just create jobs. We want to create careers.
The company manufactures sterile vaccines and injectable medications, including cancer drugs and heart imaging agents. Students who do not match with Jubilant Hollister Steer will have opportunities with other life science companies throughout Spokane.
Interesting. Didn't know we were such a hub for that.
It's pretty great. It's now 6:42.
A fully fueled jetliner becomes a fireball in a crowded India neighborhood. 242 people on board and only one survives. The latest from this devastating crash. That's after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow? I didn't know that. Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
From urgent AC repairs to full system replacements, Bill's Heating and AC has you covered. See why thousands of local homeowners trust us for fast, honest heating and cooling services. We offer free second opinions, a lowest price guarantee, weekend service, free equipment quotes, and upfront pricing with no surprises. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and make this summer more comfortable than ever.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999. BECU wants to help celebrate your dad this June with the Fantastic Father's Day contest. Send us a photo of your father and tell us the impact he's had on your life. He'll be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift card to Agers Meats. Fantastic Fathers, brought to you by BECU.
Here in the Northwest, no matter the season, adventure's calling. Corley Nissan has a truck for all 4 seasons. The Nissan Frontier is built for every challenge, from snow-covered roads to rainy days and everything in between. With a 310 horsepower V6 engine that comes standard, you have no trouble getting to the top of the ski hill or towing that boat to that favorite fishing hole. Come see why the Nissan Frontier outperforms the competition in every season. Nice trucks, nice people, Give us a try, Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Stay connected for free with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 7:15. This morning, India's prime minister visited the site of Thursday's air disaster. The Air India Boeing 787 crashing here in a neighborhood.
Experts now looking into how it crashed 30 seconds into the flight, as we hear from one passenger who managed to walk away. Here's ABC's Lena Moyes.
This morning, miracle in seat 11A is dominating newspaper headlines across the UK, picturing a British man who says he survived the Boeing 787 crash in India.
He probably could use the word miracle of getting that fellow out.
The Air India flight took off with 242 people on board, fully fueled for what would have been a 9-hour flight to London. The plane was only in the air for 30 seconds, appearing to struggle around 600 feet up, then gliding into a descent before bursting into a ball of flames.
We are going to do a fair and thorough investigation. We are not going to spare anyone. We are not going to leave any stone unturned.
The plane crashed into a densely populated residential area. Part of the plane hit a medical college. The tail, where the crucial black boxes are stored, seen here intact, sticking out of a building. Authorities say several people on the ground were also killed. The man who appears to be the sole surviving passenger seen limping away minutes after the crash. His family says he called to say he's fine.
When he was on the runway, my dad called him and Vishwa said, "Oh, we're going to take off soon." And then literally like 2 minutes later, he video called my dad. As he crashed, he said, "Oh, our plane's crashed." All of that. I don't know where my brother is. I don't see any other passengers. I don't know how I'm alive, how I exited the plane.
A medic says the man told him that the plane split in two after impact, throwing him away from the explosion. In the search for answers, analysts point to the plane's landing gear, seen here, staying extended far longer than it normally would after takeoff.
The 787 is an extraordinarily safe airplane, and so to watch it unable to get airborne raises all sorts of questions.
Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Wow, I cannot believe
incredible story. Hey, we are taking a live look at the construction project that started this week on Argonne Road there in Millwood. The widening project is down to one lane in both directions, and it is not very fun.
Yeah, get used to it. It's gonna be you're sticking around here for a little while.
That's right, through the summer. Oh boy, speaking of summer, it's gonna feel like this weekend.
It's going to feel pretty nice this weekend. It'll be good when you're, on Argonne and a train comes by and then you're waiting in the single lane traffic.
Roll the windows down, get some air.
Oh boy, you're just giving me palpitations.
I just noticed it in the shot there, and I figured I had to say something.
Thanks for that.
That doesn't look too good. All right, right now in Spokane, we're starting to see the skies begin to clear out a little bit. Some of the clouds from this weather disturbance is causing some rain further south is moving out of here. Speaking of moving out of here, that smoke moved out of here in the afternoon yesterday, and so we are at good air quality. Things look to be considerably calmer when it comes to fire and smoke production, with some of those fires down in the Columbia Gorge region where they came from yesterday. So over the past few hours, we've been watching these scattered showers trying to keep themselves going as they moved across the Blue Mountains and into the Palouse, into the LC Valley region and the Camas Prairie, and where we are going to continue to kind of see these showers pop up from time to time as we head through the rest of the morning. So we will begin to see a little bit of a break here as we head into that kind of noon hour, right? So by lunch, things are pretty quiet. But look up into the U.S.-Canada border, just like we see the past few days and last night, where we heard a few rumbles of thunder north of Omak. We're likely going to see that again just much earlier in the day before sunset. We'll also be looking for potentially another round of shower and storm activity to move into the Highway 12 area around the LC Valley and the Camas Prairie as we head into your afternoon and into the evening. Not expecting anything super strong out of this, but certainly those who had a chance of a sprinkle this morning, you will continue to have that chance. And if you're dry now, you will likely be dry later. That includes Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Temperatures will be quite comfortable today. 77 in Spokane, 76 in Coeur d'Alene. Still above our average for this time of the year, but it's a lot closer to what it usually should be. Saturday, 76. We'll start warming up a little bit for Father's Day, but overall, that's a pretty nice looking forecast. And you know, we were talking about Friday the 13th, so I figured I better put a black cat up there. Let you know what's going on. We start warming up a little bit for the start of next week. See some gusty winds by midweek. Your morning sprint, it's coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU, here for good.
You know, Donnie, when people hire the advocates, they don't just get me and you. They get a whole team of attorneys and paralegals ready to jump in and fight.
Gathering evidence, shutting down aggressive insurance adjusters.
Do what it takes.
Right. Hey, Ken, I'm ordering lunch. What do you want?
What are you getting?
A sandwich and potato soup.
There, you said it. Potato.
Ken, I'm joking. Nobody says it that way.
Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Advocate.
We owe everything to our troops, past and present, for their honor, courage, and dedication. As a token of our appreciation, 4 News Now and Global Credit Union encourage you once again to wear red on Fridays.
Join us in recognizing our troops and their families for allowing us the freedom we enjoy every day as Americans. Stop into any Global branch to pick up a red pin and show your support.
And then wear red every Friday from now until September 11.
Wear Red Fridays, brought to you by 4 News Now and Global Credit Union.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. At the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Bring the whole family out to the Coeur d'Alene Aviation Air Show and Expo, June 28th. High-flying acrobatics, including former pilots from both military and civilian backgrounds, will leave you breathless with their aerial stunts. Stroll through aviation exhibits and see military and vintage aircraft on display. Local vendors will be on site offering family fun and food. Take advantage of discounted advance tickets and avoid the long lines at the gate. The Coeur d'Alene Aviation Air Show and Expo, brought to you locally by Coeur d'Alene Aviation and Coeur d'Alene Casino.
AARP Spokane and BECU invite you to take steps towards a sharper mind and a stronger community. Join them for a free monthly Saturday morning walk series at Franklin Park, designed for older adults, where every step supports your health. Led by local AARP volunteers, the walks will be a fun and welcoming way to stay active, socially connected, and informed. Whether you're a casual stroller or a brisk walker, all activity levels are welcome and no one gets left behind. The first walk is June 28th from 9 to 11. Visit this website for details.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Friday in the morning sprint.
It's going to be mostly sunny, plenty of sunshine to enjoy out there. Meteorologist Matt Gray has your forecast.
Hannah Joy is live in studio this morning with everything you need to know if you're planning to head downtown ahead of a very busy weekend.
But first, we are following breaking news out of the Middle East. Israeli strikes against Iran are ongoing today, targeting several cities across the nation. According to Iranian state television, a nuclear site was struck in a missile attack. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Operation Rising Lion struck what he called the heart of Iran's ballistic missiles program. 6 nuclear scientists were killed, along with several prominent Iranian military figures. For updates on how the U.S. is responding, tune in to Good Morning America.
And we've seen some clouds and a couple of showers early this morning, but we'll be clearing out as we head towards the late morning. Mostly sunny skies as we head towards lunchtime. Temperatures will pop up into the 70s around lunch, and we will end up in the upper 70s for highs around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So continuing to slowly cool off, but this is where we're going to bottom out here, and that's where we'll stay through the weekend. So whether you're out for Spokane Pride on Saturday, you're going to the car show in Coeur d'Alene, or you're just taking Dad out to the golf course this weekend, looks like the weather is going to cooperate.
It is Smoke Ready Week, and the Washington Department of Health, along with the Spokane Clean Air Agency, are sharing tips on how smoke affects your health. According to the Department of Health, smoke can irritate your throat, eyes, and nose and cause headaches or shortness of breath. If air quality gets worse, it's best to limit your time outside. Make sure to stay indoors, keep all your windows closed, and use an air purifier to breathe that clean air. If you have to be outside, wearing a mask can help filter out any harmful smoke particles.
And on the topic of smoke, many counties in Washington will be under burn restrictions starting today. This is due to the warm and dry weather we've been having lately. Some of the impacted counties include Spokane, Stevens, Grant, Pend Oreille, and Okanogan. During the ban restrictions, the following things are prohibited: smoking outside of designated locations, using a fire, campfire, or stove fire, operating a motorized vehicle off-road, and fireworks are prohibited as well.
Well, this morning, Spokane police are still searching for two teens that were missing early yesterday morning. 16-year-old Caleb and 15-year-old Gage were last seen in the early morning hours of June 12th, which is yesterday, near Fisk Street and 33rd Avenue. Caleb, who's 5'8", 140 pounds with blonde hair and brown eyes, and Gage is 5'6", 125 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. SPD says Caleb also operates at a diminished capacity. Now, Gage there, who you see on the left, is maybe wearing that Cheez-It shirt that you see there in the photo. It's unknown what Caleb is wearing. If you know anything about their whereabouts, call Crime Check. That number's on your screen here. It's 509-456-2233.
Things got tense outside the ICE office near downtown Spokane Wednesday night. The protest started around 2 in the afternoon, led by former City Council President Ben Stuckert. Protesters blocked a van that was set to take Cesar Alvarez Perez, a 21-year-old asylum seeker, to a detention center in Tacoma. As the situation heated up, police told the crowd to disperse and started making arrests. Police Chief Kevin Hall says they did not use tear gas or rubber bullets, but did deploy pepper balls and smoke to break things up. More than 30 protesters, including Stuckert, were arrested. Stuckert says he is grateful for the support, but he is sad that Alvarez Perez was taken by ICE.
And if you're planning to be downtown this weekend, you should know it's going to be busy with a lot going on. We're talking big crowds and a vibe that could shift at any moment between Pride events, ongoing protests against ICE, and the No King's Day protest demonstration against President Trump's birthday military parade in D.C. tomorrow. There's a lot of energy in the air. Take a look. This is the planned route for the Pride parade downtown. Police are already giving us a heads up. Some streets might get blocked off and traffic might change with little to no warning. So if you live, work, or plan to be downtown, it's smart to have a backup plan.
Law enforcement in Kootenai County is gearing up for a big presence at the No Kings protest this Saturday in Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene police will partner with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office and the Idaho State Police to keep things peaceful. The No Kings protest, hosted by the Indivisible Project, will take place near Highway 95 and Appleway Avenue. Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris says any violence or property damage will be met with a lawful response.
Spokane is a step closer to getting a zip line in downtown. The city's park board unanimously approved a plan to build a zip line along the Spokane River. It'll take riders from the Place of Truth's Plaza just below Spokane City Hall, under the Monroe Street Bridge, and onto a platform in Peaceful Valley on the east side of Red Band Park. The plan now heads to the City Council for consideration.
Here's a live look outside as we kick off our Friday. Final check of weather with Matt next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
It's Operation Dads and Grads this week at both Cal locations, where you can get an extra $500 for your trade-in, plus delay all payments for 60 days and enter to win a Traeger grill this week at Cal.
Well, starting to see a little bit more sunshine after a cloudy start to the sunrise this morning around Spokane. We will continue to see a few sprinkles in the Palouse region and in the central Idaho panhandle, but most of us are going to see skies get sunnier as the day goes on and looking like a really nice weekend overall. Just those isolated mountain storms we've seen for the past couple of days, which means most of us stay dry. Temperatures in the 70s, which is going to feel pretty nice compared to what we saw earlier this week through your Father's Day.
Well, thanks so much for starting your Friday with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, happy Friday the 13th. Take it easy out there. We'll see you throughout the morning on GMA. It starts right now.